Bonjour. Most Americans looking at France think they have two choices, Paris or the Riviera. But there is a third option. In the French Alps, where crystal clear water replaces the sea, mountain air replaces humidity, and daily life feels almost engineered for balance. A town where the lake looks unreal, the streets feel preserved, and the pace of life moves deliberately. I'm Penelope with StockFocus.com, and today we are in Annecy, France, often called the Venice of the Alps. Before you assume Annecy is just a beautiful tourist town, you should understand something. Annecy may be one of the most livable small cities in all of France. Today we break down the real numbers for 2026, not the fantasy, the math. On y va. Before we look at the numbers, let's orient ourselves. Annecy sits in eastern France, in the Haute-Savoie region. It is about 35 kilometers from Geneva, Switzerland, roughly 45 minutes by car, 1 hour 45 minutes from Lyon by train, and 3 hours 45 minutes to 4 hours from Paris by high-speed train. Geneva Airport, one of Europe's major international hubs, is roughly 40 kilometers away. You can reach it in about 30 to 45 minutes by direct bus, or around 1 hour 45 minutes by train with a connection. And this is where Annecy becomes unique. You are not just living in France. You are living at the intersection of France, Switzerland, and the Alps. Lake Annecy is widely regarded as one of the cleanest lakes in Europe. The surrounding mountains create a natural environment that defines daily life here. This is not the Riviera. This is something quieter, more structured, more precise. Annecy occupies a very different position in France. It is not cheap, and it does not try to be. Housing is the defining variable. A one-bedroom apartment near the lake or in the old town typically ranges from 1,100 to 1,800 euros per month. Move slightly outside the center and rents often fall to 900 to 1,300 euros per month. Modern apartments with lake views or terraces command a significant premium. Annecy is one of the most expensive smaller cities in France, largely due to its proximity to Switzerland. Groceries are moderate. Expect 300 to 450 euros per month for a single person. Local markets offer high-quality produce, cheeses, meats, and regional Alpine specialties. Utilities, including electricity, water, and heating, average 120 to 200 euros per month, with higher winter heating costs. Internet and mobile plans, 35 to 60 euros per month. Public transportation is reliable but secondary. Many residents walk or bike. A monthly transit pass typically costs 40 to 60 euros. Dining reflects a mix of French and Alpine culture. A lunch menu typically ranges from 18 to 30 euros. Regular dining out often totals 350 to 600 euros per month for couples. Healthcare costs. Year 1. Private insurance under the VLS-100 to 200 euros per month. After residency, Mutuelle supplemental coverage, 100 to 150 euros per month. PUMA contributions, amount to be determined by decree. All in, a comfortable retirement in Annecy generally ranges from 2,045 to 3,370 euros per month for a single person, depending on lifestyle. For a small Alpine city, that is a premium. France maintains one of the world's most respected healthcare systems. As a foreign retiree, you enter in stages. Stage 1. Private insurance is mandatory for your initial VLSTS long-stay visa. Stage 2. After 3 months of legal residence, you may apply to France's public system under PUMA, Protection Universelle Maladie. However, France recently passed legislation in December 2025 introducing a new fixed healthcare contribution specifically for visitor visa holders whose income is exempt from French social charges, a category that includes most American retirees. The application decree is still being drafted as of early 2026, and the exact amount has not yet been finalized, but it is expected to be a modest annual or periodic fee. Once enrolled in PUMA, you receive a carte vitale. The public system reimburses roughly 70% of standard medical costs and up to 100% for serious long-term conditions. To cover the remainder, most residents purchase a Mutuelle, supplemental insurance, typically 100 to 150 euros per month. Annecy is not a resort, and it is not a major city. It is something in between. The old town is built around canals that flow from the lake, pastel buildings, beautiful bridges, and streets that feel unchanged. But the real center of life is the lake. Morning walks along the water, cycling paths that circle the entire shoreline, swimming in summer, skiing in winter with multiple Alpine resorts within an hour. Neighborhoods are simple: Old Town, historic, charming, high demand. Lakefront, premium living, highest prices. Outer districts, quieter, more space, better value. Life here is structured, clean, predictable, more Swiss in rhythm than Mediterranean. Let's put in some StockFocus portfolio math. If your goal is 3,500 euros per month fully funded from investments using the 4% rule, you would need approximately 1,050,000 euros invested. But most retirees do not fund retirement entirely from their portfolio. If Social Security provides 1,800 euros per month, your funding gap may only be 1,700 euros. To cover a 1,700 euro monthly gap, you would need approximately 510,000 euros invested. That is the difference between impossible and strategic. But for retirees with a pension or Social Security base, it can be financially viable. Want to estimate whether Annecy fits your retirement budget? Visit StockFocus.com to use our free retirement calculator and interactive city cost map, personalized for your income, savings, and lifestyle goals. Visas and residency. Most American retirees use the VLSTS Visiteur visa. Requirements include proof of sufficient passive income. The baseline is France's minimum wage, the SMIC, which is approximately 21,900 euros annually for 2026. Most consulates expect applicants to demonstrate income comfortably above this threshold, typically 22,000 to 25,000 euros per year for a single applicant. A lease or proof of property ownership, comprehensive private health insurance, a written declaration that you will not work in France. The visa is valid for 1 year and can be renewed annually. After 5 years of continuous residence, you may apply for permanent residency. France taxes worldwide income after 183 days of residency. But again, the US-France tax treaty significantly reduces double taxation risk, particularly for pension and retirement account distributions. Professional cross-border tax planning remains essential. The US-France tax treaty advantage. The US-France tax treaty is especially favorable for retirees. U.S. Social Security is taxed only in the United States. Most IRA and pension distributions are taxed only in the United States. Roth IRA withdrawals remain completely tax-free in France under Article 18 of the treaty. Few European countries provide this clarity. This makes France structurally attractive for American retirees, and particularly advantageous for those with Roth IRA assets. Annecy does not try to compete with Paris. It does not try to compete with the Riviera. It offers something else: precision, clean air, structure, and a version of France that feels balanced. If you want, mountains instead of crowds, a lake instead of the sea, and a lifestyle built around movement, health, and order. Annecy may be one of the most quietly exceptional retirement cities in Europe. I'm Penelope from StockFocus.com. If this helped you think about retiring in France, subscribe and tell us in the comments. If you were moving tomorrow, would you choose Annecy, the Riviera, or somewhere deeper in the Alps? Thank you for watching. À très bientôt!